So welcome to day 3. So just to recap over, if this is the very first video you're watching, you need to stop it. You need to go all the way back to the beginning. And it might seem like, but I'm starting today, that's fine. I know what the rest of it says. Please, I urge you, okay? There is a process to this, okay? And as you walk through every single day, something else is going to be triggered, and something else you're going to write down, and something else that you're going to really take from it, and much later on, okay? Once we finish this whole process. So go back and do the worksheets, do the homework. If you don't do the homework, the only person you cheat is yourself. Nobody else knows, nobody else sees you do this. I'm sure that you're not having great big discussions about this with your friends. This is just for you. So go and do the work for you. Now, on the other side of that, if you are today on day 3 and you have filled out every single worksheet that we have come, as of today, and you're hitting day 3, the let's get really honest with ourselves day, and you're still here, well done. Well done. Because that's what it's all about. It's about pushing through regardless. Now, so you heard that today was all about looking in the mirror and being honest. Yeah, we are. But what do you feel, honestly, when I say to you, okay, come on, let's be honest about that. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was in employment, when I was young, okay, everything, the words about, come on then, let's be honest about it. It always, I always hear negative things. When I hear, let's get honest about this, it's always a negative thought that appears. Are you the same? It shouldn't be a negative thought. No, it definitely shouldn't. Do you know why? Because honesty isn't about shaming ourselves. It's about looking at actually what happened. Honesty is about the exactly what happened. That's it. And that's all there is to it. Okay? So let's look at being honest. So as we've gone through over the last few days, okay, yesterday was quite a harsh day. I asked you to write down what you wanted 10 years ago. I got you to write down what you wanted 5 years ago, what you want today, and what you're going to have in 5 years, or where you're going in 5 years. And today's sheets are very different. Now, the first one that was available before this recording was, asking you, what did I achieve 10 years ago? And let's be honest, okay? And let's use that nice word, honesty. What did I achieve 10 years ago? Because I can assure you that something happened. You did not just sit down and waste that time. No. So let's look in the mirror, okay? Let's try that reframe. Let's say I didn't achieve this. No, let's try with, do you know what? I did do this. So 10 years ago, I didn't manage to set up my own business, but I did learn how to build a website. I did learn how to conduct really nice one-to-one meetings with people. I learned how to network really well. I learned how to just have a little bit more faith in myself with my message. I learned lots of things over the last 10 years. Okay, and if I was to put down, I didn't achieve this, and I didn't achieve this, I didn't achieve this, well, all I'd be doing is hurting myself, because those words didn't are so negative. Our brain is always drawn to the negative side, so you're always only going to hear negative. And it's going to be so hard for you to write down, do you know what, I did achieve that, and I did achieve that, and I did achieve that. And that's exactly, if you've not filled out the what did I achieve 10 years ago and what did I achieve 5 years ago, if you've not filled it out in the I achieved X, I achieved Y, okay, I want you to do it again. There should be no negative words in those things. I'm asking you, what did you achieve? I mean, you went on, did so many things. I am sure of it. Even down to, okay, and I had this with somebody that I was working with a few months ago. And this person came to me and they said, but the only thing I've done actually over the last couple of years is stay home and be with children. Oh my God. Do you know how difficult it is to do that? You learnt time skills, barriers, you learn how to manage. Okay, and it's harder to manage a baby, a toddler, a household. Put everything into one place, make sure that the children are clean at the end of the day. I mean, I applaud anybody that's managed to do that. That is a difficult job. Look at what you achieved. If you've been in a job for the last 10 years because you've been working on your dream on the side, what skills have you learned in the last 10 years? What training courses have you been on that you can take and apply that to your dream going forward? What have you learned that you can take going forward? Instead of saying, I wanted to achieve this, you can say, do you know what? I learned how to do that. And do you know what? Maybe I don't need it at the moment, but I'm going to bank it and I'm going to use it later. Now, by the time you finished your what did I achieve 10 years ago and what did I achieve 5 years ago, you should have a whole frigging list, okay, of things that you have achieved. Now, if you go and read that, you're going to seem bloody amazing. So congrats to you. Well done. Well done. Okay. And guess what? I couldn't give you that. That's not for me to give you. Your husband's not going to give you it. Your wife's not going to give you it. Your boss is not going to give it to you. Your work colleagues not. You are the only person that can give you that list. And the list that you have in front of you is the list that you've given yourself. That is your gift to you. That is what you've managed to achieve over the last 10 years, okay? And I bet there's some phenomenal stuff on there if you really dig deep and think about it. You've learned some real phenomenal stuff. So don't think now as you go forward, oh my God, I now have to think about, because I want to do this in my business going forward, you should be going, well, do you know what? I managed to do that whilst I was doing that, and I managed to do that whilst I was doing that, and I managed to do that whilst I was doing that. If you can achieve all of those things on that piece of paper over the last 10 years, while still then living your life and continuing on, okay, without faltering, what are you capable of going forward? It's just amazing, actually, at what we can do. The things that get thrown at us that we are able to accept and navigate. So I'm really excited, actually, after today to kind of know that when you think about being honest, when you think about looking in the mirror, okay, you should be looking at the best side of you. All right, so good for you. Right, your sheet for after this video is what do I do today? Today, I have to do something today. Yeah, you have to do something today. Yeah, I know. Don't beat up the messenger. Don't beat up the messenger, okay? There are two sides to the sheet. Two sides. It's actually one side split in half. And it says in 5 years I will have. Now, I want you to do the first one first. And I don't want you to do the part 2 until you have done and completed part 1. And what do I mean by that? Part 1 says, what will I do today? Think about what you want to have going forward. Think about how it's got to be in your life. Think about how that one thing that you need to do today is going to help you and propel you forward. So if you're working on your dream at the moment, how about choosing a color palette for your brand, or designing a logo, making some sketches, sending an email, contacting somebody, having that phone call? How about all of these lovely, amazing things that could happen? Okay, instead of these things that could happen, I want you to pick one thing that you can do today. Don't make it big if you don't have time. Okay, I don't want you to make it big and complicated anyway, just one thing. And I want you to put that one thing on your sheet, and I want you to write down how you're going to do it. And then instead of moving on to the next thing, I want you to go do it. I want you to do it straight away. So if it's have a phone call, if it's reply to that email, if it's go give up a call a new prospect, if it's chase up that client, if it's get that invoice paid, if it's in order to be able to go forward, because this is what I want to do in my life, I actually need to make that cake today, because I promised the kids that I would make that cake for the last 2 years. I promised them that I would do it. Then put everything down and go cook that freaking cake. Because the belief that you will do it, and the fact that you keep putting it off, I want to give you that today as a gift. I want you to write it down, and I want you to go and do it. I want you to say, do you know what? I can do this. One thing, that's it. I'm only going to ask you to do one thing. But make it the one thing on purpose because it's needed today. It's needed, or it's been needed for a while and you've just been like, oh my God, I can't do it. Go eat the frog, you know, as Brian Tracy would say. And if you've not read that book, that's a good one. Just go and do something that once you have completed it, you'll go, oh my God, I did it. You're going to be really grateful for the quick win. And I can assure you that as you navigate over the next few days, okay, quick wins, okay, are definitely the way forward. What if I told you that you probably could think of 100 things you need to do today? And if you put this concept into your life, that every day you wrote down one thing and every day you achieved one thing. Let's say you only work Monday to Friday, but at the end of the week, you'd have achieved 5 things off your list. In a month, you'd have done 20. You know, I'm sure that your list isn't that long, but the only person that can give you the gift of actually doing it is you. You're the only person that can say that you can or can't do it. You're the only person in charge of your time. And you know that if you really want to do something, you will find time to do it. So how important is it for you to do that one thing today? So just pick it up, commit to it, do it. Give yourself that quick win and just say, do you know what? That's it. I did that. Feeling fucking good now. Didn't mean to swear if that's not for you. That's what I'm all about. But once you've written your to-do today and you've done it, and then you look back over your list of all of the things that you've learned in the last 10 years, okay, I want you then to go and do the second part of that sheet that says in 5 years I will have. Okay, knowing that what you've already achieved in the last 10 years, with that belief that you can do something every single day because you've just accomplished something today, I want you to go and write down what you're going to have in 5 years. Because again, guess what? That belief is in here. You've got that. You're the only person that's got it. I'm going to keep telling you this, okay? My questions are only here just to prompt you. Maybe to hold your hand, to give you that guiding light, to ask the right questions. But you need that belief in yourself. And I hope that you're now starting to see actually that none of what we're asking you to do is rocket science or brain surgery or anything really tricky. But having belief in ourselves actually can sometimes seem that way. But I know that if you've done the last 2 days, if I've asked you to do, I know that if you achieve that one thing today, writing your list for what you're going to have in 5 years is going to seem like fun because you're going to have that belief in here that goes, do you know what? Yeah, I can have that because look at what I've already done. So I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to say that we've got so many more good things coming up. I hope you had a fun day today, looking in the mirror and being honest with yourself. And you know what? Yeah, sometimes it's just got to be a bit of fun.